subcon, the world of dreams, which is in peril because it's been taken over by the evil Wart and his gang of the 8-bits. So in the dream, they go and they save the dream world, and they beat up Wart, who Mario finds strangely familiar. So, kind of running out of steam here. Also feeling like I need to focus a bit more on...
Yeah, the game's getting hard. You're like halfway through.
Yep. But, yeah, so, something that we haven't mentioned. At some point in Mario's childhood, some nebulous point, he has a rival named Wario. Except Wario... okay, Wario is always getting him in trouble, somehow. But Wario's not real. Wario is like this imagined thing that this some kind of weird nebulous dream imp that is that's been tormenting him in his and he's a kid, he's a little kid, he can't really tell the difference between the dream world and real world. So but this was only when they were used very little in the Mushroom Kingdom. Once they moved out of the Mushroom Kingdom to Earth, he stopped dreaming of Wario. His connection to the magical realms weakened. And as a result, Wario kind of stopped taking on Mario's appearance and shifted back into kind of just this nebulous dream thing. And eventually became Wart. This weird frog thing, and he had a gang, and managed to take over Subcon and capture the people. But then Mario shows up in the dreams, and beats the crap out of him. And this reawakens the link between them. And so Wario starts taking on Mario's appearance again. Now, while that's going on, after they've saved the dream world, after Subcon is rescued, Mario realizes that this kind of adventure is kind of what he needs. So he goes back off to the Mushroom Kingdom, and just to get back there and get in touch with things. And as it happens, he is needed as a hero again, because Bowser has taken over the various other countries, the various other lands of the Mushroom Kingdom. Each of which has their own king, and transformed them into various creatures, and left his Koopalings, his lieutenants in charge of the various kingdoms. So when Mario gets back, he jumps straight back into adventure, and
really good at landing in that pit.
Mario gets straight back into adventure, and he goes off to save the kings and defeat the Koopalings and undo these transformations. So, while he is off doing that, Bowser slips into the Mushroom Kingdom and captures the princess again, so then at the end, after he's rescued all of the kings, he goes and rescues the princess again.
From Bowser's Dark World.
Yep. At this point, now he has saved the kingdom twice. The princess kind of has to reward him heavily. She gives him a noble title and land with a castle. So Mario has his own castle, and that's some good times. And then he kind of starts leading a double life between the Mushroom Kingdom and Earth. He's still a celebrity on Earth, and he's still going to take advantage of his celebrity on Earth. He ends up kind of being a bit of a sellout for a while. That, he starts, like, just selling his likeness, and also the likenesses of, the people around him, like his brother and the princess and Bowser and such. But, he sells his likeness to all sorts of things. And
Like
that's
pharmaceuticals.
well, that was something different. That was for the Mushroom Kingdom. I'll get to that in a moment. But no, things like, say, educational software. That's what Mario's early years was. This was like a children's game thing that he sold his likeness to. He was not actually in it. There were actors playing him in the title, but he sold his likeness and that of all the various peoples who he had been involved with in his adventures. And also his brother, because he's kind of a jerk. Mario's kind of a jerk, really? Did you know that?
Yeah.
But, anyway, while he's off doing this, he has a... The Mushroom Kingdom ends up having a pandemic. This just happens. It's not really related to anything. But, there is a need for people to get vaccines. As we know, people don't necessarily get vaccines when they should in a pandemic. But, so the people of the Mushroom Kingdom weren't getting vaccinated as they should. So, Mario ended up being hired by the princess to do, like, a PSA. And he played a doctor, and basically did commercial spots as a doctor to convince people, because he's the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom, and everyone's gonna do what the hero does and get their vaccines, and that's how they beat the pandemic.
Thanks, Dr. Mario.
And then there was, Mario got, news from another place in the Mushroom World, far off Sarasaland, that their princess had been kidnapped by some evil creature, an alien named Tatanga. And so Mario goes off to Sarasaland to save their princess. And that is another adventure that Mario had. Yeah, so he saves Sarasaland from the Tatanka and saves Princess Daisy. And while he's there, he partakes of some local sport, some bizarre sport. Bizarre brick breaker sport. And he was gone for so long that when he gets back, he finds his castle has been stolen by none other than his childhood nemesis, Wario. And he has to travel all around the land surrounding his castle to find the 6 golden coins that had been used to lock the castle away. And so he does. He goes around, he finds the coins, and he opens the castle, and he confronts Wario and beats up Wario. And, gets his castle back. And Wario was in this weird, like, bulbous form, as he was kind of halfway between his wart form and the resumption of his Mario doppelganger form. But, you know, at this point, he's kind of completely escaped the Dream Realm. He kind of had to in order to steal the castle. But, yeah, Wario, through his connection with Mario, just wound up escaping the Dream Realm completely. And, after a second confrontation with Mario at the castle, he takes on the form that we all know as modern Wario. Let's see. Then, after all of this shit, Mario gets back to the Mushroom Kingdom. He's on his way back to just relax at home. They're gonna have, like, a vacation, but, the princess is kidnapped again. And Bowser has taken over Dinosaur Land, which is a place in the Mushroom World. And he has locked away all of the Yoshis. Because, you see, Bowser has kind of a history with the Yoshis. We already know that, when Bowser was very young, the Yoshis beat the crap out of him to take back baby Luigi because of Kamek's machinations that went wrong.
But also, when...
Also, afterwards, while they were living on the moon, Bowser snuck off with, some of Kamek's spells to fuck with the Yoshis, because he hates those Yoshis. He wanted to get back at them. He turned their island into a storybook, and then stole their Super Happy Tree. And without the Super Happy Tree, the Yoshis couldn't be super happy, and they became confused monsters. As opposed to, you know, normal Yoshis, which are not confused monsters. But, yeah, so that's, a thing. But, there were 6 unhatched baby Yoshis that were not affected by the spell, that hatched afterwards, and they... Because Yoshis inherently know these things, knew that Bowser was the one behind all of this, went after him to the end of the storybook and beat him up again and sent him packing back to the moon. Years and years later, before Mario got back, before he took over the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser showed up to Yoshi's Island and, with Kamek's help, cast a spell to basically conquer the minds of everyone on the island and turn them into his slaves. Only a single Yoshi escaped the effects of the spell. This was enough. The single Yoshi went on the warpath and freed all of his friends, the various other island critters, which at some point in time the Yoshis had befriended, like the Shy Guys and Raphael the Raven and the like monkeys and even the lunchfish, the one of the few things on the island that could actually eat a Yoshi. They managed to befriend. So they go through with and break the spell on all of their friends, and then the friends go and slaughter all of the Koopa forces. Like, hardcore slaughter. They very clearly die in that game, in Tetris Attack. It's Hookbill the Koopa, who is a veteran from the first Yoshi's Island, was slain. Kamek was almost killed, but managed to escape with magic. Bowser, I think, actually did die and was revived by Kamek. I've been thinking about some things. I think that, like, Bowser actually does die several times, but just keeps getting revived by Kamek, because they have some real powerful magic in the Koopa Kingdom. So, like, I do think, like, times when you drop Bowser into the lava, and, like, the actual Bowser, not the various troops that are disguising themselves as Bowser. But, when you actually drop Bowser in the lava, I do think he fucking dies. I am basing this on something that I remember from a future game, so maybe I'm remembering it wrong, maybe we'll see later, I don't know. But anyway, that's my current thought, is Bowser fucking died, and Kamek had to revive him.
I mean, we don't know how many 1-up shrooms Bowser has.
This is also true. We do know that 1-up shrooms are a thing that exist in the world, so, you know, revival magic is real within the mushroom world. But anyway, yeah, so that was another encounter that Bowser had with the Yoshis. So, Bowser had a real grudge with the Yoshis, which is why he conquered Dinosaur Land and used magic to put all of the Yoshis in eggs. So, Mario goes around Dinosaur Land and beats up the Koopalings again and takes back Dinosaur Land and frees the Yoshis and saves the princess entirely on his own without Luigi's help. And then they all have a nice time.